taking your seats, especially our VIP guests. Mahalo. Again, if we can take our seats, please, so we can get started. Okay, again, can you take our seats, please? Thank you so much, and we'll get started very soon.
All clean up you right here.
Malakumu. At this time, I would like to call up to the stage Nalani Broom to do our national anthem and Hawaii.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ripping, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Okay, so aloha. You know, I gotta be better than that. Come on. Aloha. Aloha. Again, thank you so much for joining us for Mayor Derek Kawakami's State of the County address. Vilina Maikako. This morning we actually got a text sent, Mayor sent out a group text which read, "What a beautiful morning." So I wanted to share this with you. What a beautiful morning. So thank you for being here, and it is a beautiful morning. So with that being said, I would like to call up Pastor John Cabello from Hope Collective to give our invocation for this morning. Pastor John.
Honorable Mayor Kawakami, First Lady, First Family, County Council members, county workers, citizens of the great County of Kauai, honored guests, and family members, let us come together as one in prayer. Apoli Kako. The Bible tells us the following. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. Dear Lord, as we come together here in this invocation, we ask for your love to prevail in all of our hearts. We come together from different places, different backgrounds, Lord. And many of us here today, we may not always see eye to eye, but we see heart to heart what is best for our county, and for our state, and for our country. Lord, we ask for your love and your love alone to lead us and guide us as a people here on Kauai, and loving our neighbors as we love ourselves. We ask you to bless this moment, to bless our mayor, to bless our county council, to bless all those who work for the county, and Lord, to bless those in government. May you lead us and guide us in your love and your love alone. May we be a people that become a city upon a hill, that people look to us at this county of Kauai and say, that's aloha. That is the love of God and love of people around us. And this I pray, in Jesus' name. May everybody say, amen.
Thank you, Pastor. I appreciate you. Okay, so now at this time, I'd like to introduce our Managing Director, Rico Matsuyama, to come and give some remarks. How's that? A big hand for Rico. Let's go, Rico.
Hello. On behalf of Mayor Kawakami and his administration, we'd like to take a moment to recognize some of our community leaders who have joined us today. Representing Senator Macy Hirono, we have Gerald Ako. Representing Senator Brian Schatz, we have our former Managing Director, Michael Dehile. Representing Governor Josh Green, we have Dana Hazelton. Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Liu, thank you for being here today. Mayor of Maui County, Mayor Richard Bissing. Mayor of Hawaii County, Mayor Mitra. Our Hawaii County Council, led by our Chair, Mayor Raposa. Our Vice Chair, Kipu Kakuali'i. Councilmember Addison Bulusad. Councilmember and former Hawaii Mayor, Mayor Bernard Carvalho. Councilmember Felicia Cowden. Councilmember Billy DeCosta. And Councilmember Roscoe Dowd. We'd also like to recognize our county prosecutor, Rebecca Like. Representing Kitamarath, we have Captain Brett Stevenson. And Commander Casey Johnson. We have First Lady of our Kauai County, Mrs. Monica Kawakami. And home from college, thankfully it's her spring break, we have Mayor Monica's daughter, Haley Kawakami. We have former Kauai Mayor, Auntie Marianne Kusaka. And former City and County of Honolulu Mayor, Kirk Caldwell. State Department of Transportation Director, Mr. Ed Sniffen.
My name is Reese Frias, and I am a 7th grader at St. Catherine's School. Most of you know my mom, Sarah. She has worked in the mayor's office since before I was born, so I have grown up here at the county. Her colleagues have become my aunties and uncles, and the mayor has become one of my favorite people. When he first became mayor, I was really shy and timid, but now my mom says I won't stop talking. I was honored when he asked me if I would introduce him this morning, and I really want to do a good job. So please help me give a warm welcome to our Mayor, Derek Kawakami, for his State of the County address.
Yeah, I don't know why I've been so emotional the last few days. And when you get a person like Reese introducing me, it just what hits you right in your heart. And Reese, that was an amazing introduction. You did a great job. She was so nervous. Give her a big round of applause. She was so nervous. She was about as nervous as I was before we got up here. So I told her, Reese, why don't we just go screw this whole thing up? Let's just go up there and bomb it. Sweetie, you're perfect. Good morning, and thank you all for being here for our administration's 6th State of the County address. What they say is true, that time flies when you're doing what you love, and this journey has given me such a deep sense of purpose and fulfillment in my life. And I do mean that. While our work is challenging, I love coming to work every day, and that's because of the wonderful crew that surrounds us. With that, I'd like to thank a few special guests in attendance. First and foremost, to my wife Monica, my daughter Haley, who we are celebrating that she's home here from college. I owe my life and my entire world to you folks. You have allowed me to do what's so passionate, and you allow me to chase my dreams, and thank you. To our County Council, under the direction of Chair Mel Raposo, to our business and community leaders, friends, associates, and cabinet members, thank you all for your continued support. To our special guest, Lieutenant Governor Sylvia Luke, former Honolulu Mayor Kirk Caldwell, and former Kauai Mayor Marianne Kusaka, who we all know as Auntie Marianne, still giving me advice. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, to my fellow mayors, Hawaii County Mayor Mitch Roth, and Maui County Mayor Rick Bisson, I have been blessed to serve alongside you, and I'm truly grateful for the strong bond and brotherhood that we share. It's often said that our counties are separated by ocean, but connected by our hearts and our spirit. And as mayors, we are captains of our own ships, and at times, the vast expanse of our ocean divide can feel extremely isolating. Despite our best efforts, storms will come without warning, and the humbling experience of steering a ship onward during rough seas is a challenge only my fellow mayors can understand at times. I've never felt that connection more than on the morning of August 9, 2023, when daylight brought with it the full picture of the firestorm that engulfed Maui. Here on Kauai, we pride ourselves on our community resilience in the face of disaster. From floods to hurricanes, a global pandemic, we thought we had seen it all. But nothing had prepared us for the sheer devastation that occurred in Kula and the historic town of Lahaina. And we have yet to wrap our heads around the insurmountable loss and the true length of the journey that lies ahead. But Mayor Bisson, please know this. Please know that you will not sail this journey alone. I speak on behalf of our county when I say that our hearts are filled with aloha for our sisters and brothers on Maui. We will continue to stand with you every step of the way on your road to recovery. And Maui will rise and persevere. With the hard lessons learned last year, our administration formed a budget that aggressively focuses on disaster preparedness and community planning to build a county that is resilient in the face of adversity and thrives for generations to come. And with that, let's review our fiscal year 2025 budget. While we must remain cautious as global conflict and economic uncertainty continue to threaten our fiscal stability, we are pleased to maintain our positive position in the upcoming year. Our administration presents to our County Council a proposed operating budget of $344.9 million and a capital improvement budget of $103.6 million. This budget reflects revenues of $345.7 million, representing a 5.6% increase over last year. Our GET revenue is expected to increase 11% for a total of $35.3 million, allowing us to make headway against decades of backlog road repairs while also upgrading our public transportation systems. We estimate TAT revenues of $29.2 million, a roughly 32.6% increase. These funds help us to upkeep our public spaces for both our residents and our visitors, who make up to 30% of our population on any given day. We again thank our state legislature for enabling these revenue sources so that our counties can chart the course of our own destinies. The real property tax projection is $227.1 million and reflects a modest increase of 4.4%, but it is still less than the growth of property values. We thank our County Council for working with us to reform our real property tax system, but let's be clear that tax reform does not equal tax relief. But it does help to distribute the burden of taxes more fairly across our county and ensures that the lowest rates are reserved for local residents who live in their homes right here full-time. While we are not proposing a reduction to our owner-occupied tax rate, we thank our County Council for additional $60,000 exemption, which will reduce individual tax burdens to most owner-occupied properties. Further, we are proposing to increase the vacation rental tax rate to be equal to the hotel and resort tax class. This generates approximately $5.8 million, all of which, every single dime and penny, we've appropriated to the Housing Development Fund to help build affordable housing and put roofs over the heads of our local families. With our revenue picture secured, we lay out our proposed expenses with a total operating budget of $344.9 million. This is an increase of $33.4 million, nearly 11% over last year, and is largely due to more than doubling our road resurfacing and bridge repair work. Salaries, benefits, and collective bargaining expenses also account for 35% of this increase. We are proud to continually adhere to the principles of a structurally balanced budget, which does not rely on the fund balance for recurring expenditures and preserves a reserve fund of 30% of last year's general fund revenues. We also submit a budget which fully funds the annual required contributions for the employee retirement system, and other post-employment benefits, ensuring that we're not leaving the next generation holding the bag. When all is said and done, salaries and benefits account for over 77% of the general fund budget, leaving less than 23% for core functions and services. We take great effort to fund initiatives that clearly align with our goals. Again, we have 3 underlying goals for this year's budget. Those are: 1, to prepare our county for adversity; 2, to plan smarter, stronger communities so that we can, 3, build resilient families that can thrive for generations. We continue to shape the county to be a nimble organization that is responsive to the ever-changing needs of our climate, especially as it relates to disasters. The Maui wildfires revealed a harsh reality that our county must improve our wildfire prevention and response. Many from our emergency response teams assisted in Maui's recovery efforts and gained invaluable first-hand experience that we use to update and improve our own response plans. Reducing fire risk means reducing fuel sources while creating defensible spaces along our wildland-urban interface. We've budgeted $2.7 million in heavy equipment for our roads crews to help manage vegetation, and added $1.5 million to cover costs associated with clearing brush and large debris from county properties. Our fire department is acquiring 2 additional water tenders and a brush firefighting apparatus that will greatly enhance fire response. We also thank our federal and state partners for implementing the FirstNet public safety broadband system, providing enhanced coverage for our first responders in our island's more remote areas. Additionally, we thank Governor Green, with the help of the U.S. Fire Administration and community partner Makuahi Cave Reserve, for deploying state-of-the-art fire and wind sensors that enable us to quickly detect fires and initiate evacuation procedures, helping to save lives. However, the most critical component to tackling this effort is community engagement and education. We thank our Fire Prevention Bureau and Emergency Management Agency for working to create more programs to help empower our community members to be fire safe. We know that added county services requires adequate staffing, a struggle felt across all departments, but most notably at the Kauai Police Department. Year after year, we've tried to fill our officer vacancies to no avail. This year, we are investing in a multi-year contract with a specialized recruiting agency that will create a unique brand and marketing strategy for KPD to attract a larger pool of applicants with a focus on finding the right candidates right here at home. Our emergency response team, from dispatchers, police, firefighters, and lifeguards, do not receive near the recognition they deserve. And I'd like to take this moment to ask all of our first responders here today to please stand. And of course, as we expected, they're already standing, watching over us. To our brave hearts, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for all that you do. It is time we recognize that what you experience in your job takes its toll. That is why we have dedicated funding to enhance our employee assistance program to provide free trauma support to all our first responders, because in order for you to serve and protect our community, we must first serve and protect all of you. In order for our preparedness efforts to be successful, we must also focus on planning smarter, stronger communities that are resilient to an ever-changing climate. From aggressive PVR enforcement to progressive policy initiatives, our planning department continues to make strategic adjustments. The American Planning Association has once again recognized their work by awarding the department the Resilience and Sustainability Award for its Sea Level Rise Constraint District Plan, which addresses sea level rise impacts and helps us make better land management decisions. Congratulations to Planning Director Ka'aina Ho and team for this prestigious recognition. The county also adopted a form-based code for the Kamakani Camp and Kamakani Avenues on West Kauai. The Plantation Camp Zoning District formally recognizes those camps in the State Land Use Urban District and allows these culturally significant structures to be reconstructed and used in perpetuity. Mahalo to our Robinson Ohana for your partnership on this important initiative. Building on the foundation of our general plan, we have and are developing a long-term vision for land use and transportation on Kauai's east side. The East Kauai Community and Circulation Plan tailors to the community's needs, such as housing, improved circulation, mitigating the impact of climate change as we plan smarter communities that enhance our quality of life. Planning smarter communities requires solid infrastructure, and we continue to dedicate a bulk of our budget to address decades of deferred maintenance while also planning for our island's future. We extend our deepest gratitude to our congressional and state delegation for securing nearly $17 million in federal funding toward infrastructure improvements, housing, and environmental sustainability projects right here at home. While we continue to invest in projects that address much-needed repairs to our wastewater facilities, we are dedicating $1 million in CIP funds to improve resiliency of our Wailoa, Waimea wastewater treatment plants, which are both located in tsunami zones. And we've dedicated an additional $2.7 million for upgrades and repairs to treatment plants island-wide. Our road resurfacing program has prioritized our island's worst roadways, and with dedicated GET funds, we are making steady progress. We are approaching a milestone of 50% of all county roads either having been repaved or are contracted for repaving, with another 41 lane miles coming up this year. We thank our DOT Director, Ed Sniffen, for your partnership, and with your support, we have secured millions of dollars of STIP funding to make improvements to roads, bridges, and sidewalks island-wide. By far, the greatest infrastructure challenge facing our island is our nearly full Kekaha landfill. With our solid waste team working diligently to site a new landfill location, we continue to work on the vertical expansion project to extend the life of our current landfill. Mahalo nui loa to PMRF, Kekaha Ag, State ADC, DLNR for your partnership. But there has been no greater partner than the Kekaha community. Recognizing your contribution, we have again increased funding to our Kikawa Host Community Benefits Program, which is expected to generate roughly $325,000 to go right back to Kikaha programs. To assist in the public outreach and education efforts related to our integrated solid waste management plan, we have added a public education specialist position to the solid waste team, and we are also adding an attendant position to our Hanalei Refuse Transfer Station to help maintain minimum staffing levels. It's not enough to build sound infrastructure, as we must also maintain and care for our public parks and spaces. Given the popularity of our North Shore, we are proposing a new park security officer as well as an additional parking enforcement worker to enhance safety and alleviate citizen complaints, as we recognize that our North Shore residents bear the brunt of our visitor impacts. Aside from beautification, thriving communities require economic diversity to ensure our young adults can embark on meaningful careers. Our Office of Economic Development continues to help implement Kauai's Destination Management Action Plan, and we thank our partners at Kauai Visitors Bureau and HTA who have led this conversation for many years and are now taking the lead towards sustainable tourism. We must also capitalize on Kauai's lush green lands as we continue to support our ag industry. With the $1 million Grant and Aid program, we are partnering with the state to combat invasive species such as rose-ringed parakeets and the coconut rhinoceros beetle. Further, we support the state's efforts under Lieutenant Governor Luke's leadership to improve digital equity and offer broadband access for all. Mahalo to our telecom partners, OED team, and the Kauai Economic Development Board for leading this initiative here on Kauai, because economic standing should not impact a child's access to knowledge. With an increase in broadband use comes increased cybersecurity risk, and we took significant steps to fortify our defenses by training our workforce, safeguarding network infrastructure, and dedicating a 5-fold increase in our cyber insurance coverage. We will continue to improve our cybersecurity against ever-changing threats. If we prepare for adversity and plan for changing environments, we can build a safe and thriving community that cares for our families from Keiki to Kupuna. Kupuna housing is a top priority, as our housing agency has dedicated 40 senior housing units at Limaola, with completion anticipated this September. And we will dedicate additional senior housing units at our proposed housing projects in Waimea and Kilauea. With the restructuring of our real property tax rates on TDRs, we are dedicating a total of $12.5 million to our Housing Development Fund. This is roughly $8 million over and above the mandated amount to build homes that our residents, that our people can truly afford. With our private developer partners, we broke ground on 221 new affordable housing units in 2023, with 288 units nearing construction. This represents an economic value of roughly $271 million, generating money and jobs for our island, but more importantly, putting roofs over the heads of our local people. With the success of Kealaula Supportive Housing in Lihue, we aim to build at least 30 units in every district of our island, with the next supportive housing project at Limaola to open in June with 32 units. And we look forward to supporting Governor Green's Kauhale initiative right here on Kauai. We are also in various stages of environmental assessment and design on several other proposed development projects in Puhi, Waimea, and Kilauea. In total, we are devoting nearly 90 acres of county land to housing projects that will serve our kupuna, low-income families, and our workforce. But let's be honest. All of the money and all of the land does nothing to build affordable housing for our local people if there's no will to get it done. Every resident on this island recognizes the need for affordable housing, but it requires sacrifice, compassion, empathy, and to have the courage to grind through the opposition and make tough decisions, because every resident deserves a place to live, and our young families and future generations are depending on us to get it done. We also know that not everyone is ready to take advantage of permanent housing opportunities, so we have dedicated $500,000 for a grant and aid program to assist nonprofit projects and programs to support our houseless individuals. As our housing agency makes headway with building more homes for our local families, our Parks Department and CIP project managers can focus on creating safe spaces for our children to play. Last year, we thanked Senate President Kochi and our state legislature for dedicating a total of $8 million in state CIP funds towards much-needed stadium improvements, including replacing Medina's track and field, renovating the Hanapepe locker rooms, and improving lighting at both stadiums. And with the county's matching funds, we have started project design with construction to start early next year. CIP funds will also be used to improve the Brian J. Baptiste Sports Complex with a full repaving of the tennis and basketball courts and replacing aging hoops, nets, and fencing, as well as a long-awaited replacement of the field backstops. The work is slated to begin next month and will also include court resurfing at Wailoa Homesteads, house lots, and Puhi Parks. I've always said that our parks should not be solely dedicated to organized team sports because not all children fit that mold. Our skate park in Hanapepe is expected to be complete in November, with the next one slated for Nawiliwili. And with the popularity of our state's first inclusive playground at Lidgate Park, we are excited to offer another inclusive playground in Waimea, with construction starting this summer. We are also embarking on a very exciting new project to build the first ever county equestrian facility with $250,000 dedicated in our CIP budget to start the process. For decades, our rodeo community has asked for a public facility to host events and be on par with the rest of the state. And with the support of our county council, we are pleased to bring this rodeo facility to life right here in Lihue. Our Kauai Police Activities League continues to build programs and activities while it seeks a permanent home, which is an issue for many of our youth programs. After sitting dormant for over a decade, we are pleased to start construction to revitalize the Lehue Civic Center's old Big Save space to serve as a home for early child care education and other youth programs. Mahalo Lieutenant Governor Luke for leading the Ready KP initiative to break down cost barriers and provide universal access to early education across our state. The county has many other initiatives to support our families. A round of applause for our The county has many other initiatives to support our families, starting with the expansion of KPD's Safe Exchange Zones, which has become a highly utilized location for safe child custody exchanges. With around-the-clock police presence, lighting, and surveillance, Safe Exchange Zones reduce the risk of confrontation and criminal acts. With its growing popularity, KPD is adding safe zones at all of our police substations from Hanalei to Waimea, making it more convenient for more families. We also thank Chief Raybuck and his team for prioritizing the safety of our students and recognizing the urgent need to bolster security in our middle schools. By adding 3 full-time school resource officer positions, we will have police presence in all 3 of our public middle schools. Building safer communities begins with prevention, and so we continue to budget $1 million in Life's Choices to support substance abuse prevention and mental health services. The Office of the Prosecuting Attorney has also received a $1 million grant to form the Ehoi Kopiko program to provide re-entry services to help individuals released from jail get back on their feet. I'll end our budget priorities where it all begins, and that's at the heart of our organization, our associates, our people. I spend many hours serving customers at our DMV, filling potholes, mowing parks, and I've committed to trying to work at every county job so I could understand our challenges. Because of that, I'm proud to say our administration has made great investments in tools and equipment for our workers, but we didn't stop there. During COVID, we listened to the hardships of working parents, so we created flexible working plans, allowing associates to adjust schedules or telework to help ease the restrictions of the traditional work schedule. But we didn't stop there. We heard the struggles of our working moms who are desperate to locate affordable childcare so that they can return to work. And that is why we are passionate about the renovation of our Big Safe Space and dedicating it to childcare and youth programs. And we didn't stop there. We partnered with our unions to find ways to increase pay for our hard-to-fill positions. Our 911 dispatchers are now eligible for a monthly stipend, and our DMV and park rangers now earn 33% more of their daily wages if they choose to work through breaks. But we didn't stop there. We know the rising cost of living on Kauai makes it harder and harder for working families to make a living, and many are leaving for the mainland. Unfortunately, I can't set salaries or wages for government positions, but with the support of our labor unions, we are dedicating more than $3 million of our county budget to pay the full cost of our basic healthcare premiums. That means every county employee on a 75-25 HMSA or standard Kaiser healthcare plan will pay nothing for these plans. Oh, and we're paying for prescription, dental, and vision care too. That's up to $300 a month going right back to our associates' paycheck so that they can continue to make ends meet. And we won't stop there. It is my promise. It is our promise that our administration will continue to find creative ways to boost recruitment and retention efforts because we truly believe the County of Kauai can be the best place to work. When I leave office, if we have created a culture where employees feel appreciated, I would have done my job. Because an organization where employees feel cared for will in turn care for others. And isn't that why we are all here? I stand here alongside our county council, our fellow elected officials and community leaders. And I will be the first to say, we may not always see eye to eye, but I never doubt that we see heart to heart. As county officials, our job is not simply to balance the county's checkbook. We are here to create lasting positive change so our keiki can raise their families here at home and don't feel pressured to find a new home elsewhere. As my mother often reminded me, we must always strive to leave a place better than what we found it. And I know I can't do it alone. As captain of this ship, I can't set sail without a crew. You all have helped to chart this course towards a better Kauai, where our local families have diverse, successful careers that afford them the opportunity to own a home, where our children feel safe in our public schools and parks, where our community is prepared to overcome adversity and adjust to ever-changing environments so that our families can continue to thrive. That is the Kauai I wish for my son and my daughter, and your sons and your daughters. And we will continue to work with all of you to chart that course for Kauai's future. We will continue. We will continue to weather storms, but we will always find fair wind and following seas. Thank you so much for going on this journey with me. Thank you very much for being on this journey with us. God bless and aloha.
Okay, so at this time, I would like to call up to the stage Halau Kale Mukehana Walena Aha, who will be gracing us with a kula to Aloha Aku, Aloha Mai.
Mehepai makao kani
Okay, again, as well, a round of applause for Lena Ala and her halal. Thank you so much. And they'll be going to the Mayor Monarch. For those who don't know, they're entering the Mayor Monarch again. So sorry, Mayor, we're going to take the trophy back. Okay? So Mayor Rock, we're going to be there. We'll take it in. Again, mahalo so much for being here. Thank you for even all the mayors that came out. I feel like I'm the next mayor, so I'll join the city one day. People may say I'm the mayor, but that's okay. But other than that, thank you so much for being here and help yourself to refreshments. We mahalo you, God bless, and aloha.